One thing I'm not into is single-use plastics.
It's the healthy, mineralized mountain water with a hardcore rockin' image, and it has a history as crazy as the fact that it even exists. Here are the top 10 untold truths of liquid death. The company founder worked for Netflix.
We help you make marketing and brand.
The quirky story of liquid death mountain water was an outside-the-box idea from the very beginning. Hugely popular now, the whole phenomenon of punk rock spring water sold in a tall boy beer can has been predicated on the drink itself being nothing more than a marketing gimmick. The company's founder and CEO is Mike Cessario, and using viral marketing to rake in the cash has always been his specialty. Cessario was a creative director at a Los Angeles advertising agency when Netflix tapped him to create online marketing campaigns for several of their then-upcoming series. After his viral video teasers for Netflix originals like Stranger Things, Narcos, and House of Cards took off and led those shows to prominence, he quickly realized how compelling marketing can be, even for products that hadn't even been released yet. So when it came to his deliciously drinkable water idea, Mike knew he had to get creative and rely on his advertising experience. Cessario started within his means and shot his very first liquid death commercial in 2018, before he even had a real can of the stuff, simply to test the concept with consumers. The total cost of the advertisement was $1,500, but he spent twice that amount on Facebook ads to get as many eyes on it as possible. It worked, as the commercial racked up 3 million views in its first 90 days, alongside 100 million Facebook likes, which was more than bottled water competitors like Aquafina or Dasani had in their entire existence on social media. Again, this is before an actual company or product even existed.
How cool is that?
With so much early success, Cessario killed his relationship with Netflix because liquid death was now very much alive. Punk rock pumps up the numbers.
Money, 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 money.
Much like anything else in the food industry, bottled water is a business. Fiji water targets the yoga crowd, while Smart Water targets the young and active. And in the case of liquid death, they target a niche of their own, too. The now mainstream success of liquid death, much like its overall image, originates directly from the punk rock scene. Back in 2009, Cessario attended a punk show as part of the Vans Warped Tour and noticed the plain old bottled water that was being sold in the sweltering summer heat lacked the marketing pizzazz of the edgy, in-your-face visuals and bright colors that tour sponsor Monster Energy drinks did. But all may not have been on the up and up. Bands and celebrities performing on the tour would seem to drink an unhealthy number of energy drinks, but a closer look at the cans revealed it to be canned H2O called Monster Tour Water that was simply packaged nearly identical to the energy drink in the hopes it would encourage sales. The stuff was only handed out backstage to performers and staff and is in high demand to this day for rockers. A single unopened can of Monster Tour Water from the 2004 Warped Tour is listed on eBay at $225.
That's crazy.
In light of this, the question became simple for Mike Cessario. If punk rock branding for water can sell more energy drinks, why can't punk rock branding for water sell more water? Well, the Liquid Death brand as a whole is now valued at over $700 million. Whoever said punk was dead? The punk rock style isn't just for show.
Cream in my coffee and rock and roll.
The rock and roll aesthetic of Liquid Death certainly works on a marketing level, but it's not strictly for keeping up appearances. The company's punk rock roots are so legitimate, it even released an album. And not just in the new age digital streaming version on apps like Spotify and Apple Music, they even included a limited edition 12-inch vinyl for the hardcore crowd. While Liquid Death was a hit with investors, not everyone was a fan of the concept, and the company was a target of online vitriol for quite some time. In another flip-the-script move from the company, they turned that bad press into great marketing. By 2020, they had seen so much online hate, they decided there was enough content to turn it into a punk rock record.
Smart, Ann. Smart.
Liquid Death brought in musicians from rock bands like Anti-Flag, Alkaline Trio, and Rise Against to make the thirst-quenching tunes come to life. Lyrics were created using real-life social media comments with song titles that include Fire Your Marketing Guy, Reconsider Your Life Choices, and This Crap is Pure Evil. And it's not quite a punk scene if if the music and the looks aren't backed up by some cool tattoos. The company's branding connected so well with consumers that Liquid Death's Instagram page features pics of over 100 fans who got the company typeface and/or skull tattooed on their bodies. Not to be left out, CEO Mike Cessario himself returned the favor after a customer won a contest by chugging 1 can of Liquid Death a day for a whole year and got the winner's face tattooed on his arm. The Instagram post of the evidence quite eloquently noted, "We have plenty of customers who got Liquid Death tattoos. Now Liquid Death has a customer tattoo." First time here? Then become an official BabbleTopper by hitting that subscribe button.
Thank you.
Skate or die.
Kira, skate! Skate like the wind!
With all the skulls, rock music, and tattoos, the only punk rock staple missing was skateboarding. But not to worry, Liquid Death checked that box back in August of 2021 when they released a collaboration with skateboarding legend Tony Hawk. The project was a skateboard featuring Liquid Death's Thirst Executioner mascot with a blood red background that was colored red after the X Games superstar skater's physical blood. The process entailed taking a vial of Tony Hawk's extracted blood and mixing it with a shade of red paint to guarantee there was a physical piece of Hawk in every board manufactured. An official notary public was on hand to certify the process was true, and each skateboard included a signed letter of authenticity from Mr. Hawk.
Yay! Awesome!
With another off-the-wall marketing idea, Liquid Death manufactured a total of 100 boards that sold for $500 each, with proceeds from the sales going to nonprofits and charities. Liquid Death might not make you skate like the pros, but their marketing will get you as disgustingly close as you want to get. Liquid lifestyles of the rich and famous.
I'm a very rich widow with a terrible secret. Who are you?
With its eye-catching visuals and against-the-odds success story, Liquid Death has drawn the attention and affection of other celebrities besides punk rock musicians and Tony Hawk. Outside of the music and skateboard scenes, influencers and artists have flocked to the Wicked Waters brand strategy. When Liquid Death officially launched as a business, venture capitalists and investors from famous circles were the first to pony up and get a slice of the profit pie. This included Twitter co-founder Biz Stone, Dollar Shave Club founder Michael Dubbin, and luggage designer Jen Rubio. The company has also received endorsements and collaborations from musicians Steve Aoki and Wiz Khalifa, as well as actor Joe Manganiello.
I tell you how business is. Business is great.
With so many well-known names investing and supporting, plenty of attention was drawn to Liquid Death, and it didn't take long before the company was as well recognized as the famous faces surrounding it. The Mayhem has gone mainstream.
They're everywhere.
For all the huff and puff image of being punk and counterculture and definitely unorthodox, Liquid Death's sales partners are surprisingly mainstream. With the company launching in 2019, it was officially picked up by Whole Foods in February 2020 and almost immediately became the best-selling water carried by the organic food chain. Just 6 months later, in August 2020, Liquid Death was stocked in 7-Eleven stores in Los Angeles and San Diego before expanding nationally. In early 2021, Liquid Death struck up a wholesale deal to sell 6-packs of water on Amazon. By the time December 2021 rolled around, Liquid Death was also being carried in major supermarkets like Sprouts and Publix. A month later, in January of 2022, all of this rapid expansion saw Liquid Death's company value calculated at over $500 million, which has since increased over the course of a year.
I'm rich. I'm rich!
With so much widespread availability, maybe the underground image isn't so underground anymore. Crazy about sustainability.
Oh wow, eco-friendly, good.
Whether or not you're into skateboards, loud music, and tattoos, Liquid Death's expansion initiatives have moved their alternative image to squeaky clean supermarket shelves. While the image may be carefree, the brand is eco-friendly. What often gets lost in the shuffle and shock value is that Liquid Death still sells a quality product that is authentic, clean, and refreshing mountain water, and that they go to great lengths to keep their healthy product healthy for the environment, too. Liquid Death's water is extremely popular in America, but it's actually canned in Austria. This is done not only for a high-quality product, but also for sustainability purposes. CEO Mike Cessario has gone on record that having the product shipped from overseas drastically reduces the company's carbon footprint because one cargo barge can carry as much weight as 500 big rig shipping trucks, and therefore is more efficient than shipping the cans across the USA by traditional methods.
Game changer.
And as we're about to see, once that water has arrived, the can it's carrying carried in is eco-friendly too. Rock and roll recycling.
You're gonna goddamn recycle.
Liquid Death's mission to limit its environmental impact is one of the cornerstones of the brand. And while their in-your-face slogan promises to murder your thirst, they're also extremely focused on eliminating something else: plastic waste.
Nice.
For every can of Liquid Death sold, the company donates 10% of the profits to charities that help fight plastic pollution. The cans have an advantage in that they're also more recyclable than boxed or bottled water sold by competitors. Approximately 70% of every aluminum can is recyclable and already made from recycled materials. And in keeping with the company's unorthodox and in-your-face style, they're taking it a step further to get the message out. For most mass drink manufacturers in the United States, only about 25% of the plastic in a typical bottle is recyclable. So to keep the containers out of landfills, Liquid Death will send customers a packet of stamps to ship their empties straight back to Coca-Cola and Pepsi's head offices. After all, what's more punk rock than sticking it to the corporations? The cans are cool in more ways than one.
Cool, cool, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
While everyone knows recycling's cool, the aluminum cans used by Liquid Death are also cool. Every day, over 60 million plastic bottles are produced across the United States, but they're an inferior method for keeping a refreshing beverage chilled on a hot summer's day. Due to their chemical makeup, aluminum cans will get cold faster and stay cool longer because of the rapid transfer of air in their surroundings.
How?
Physics.
This is in direct contrast to the plastic bottles of traditional bottled water sold by Liquid Death's competitors, where UV light can penetrate the plastic and act as a magnifying glass to heat up the liquid. So on a hot sunny day, Liquid Death is a much better option to avoid guzzling a piping hot beverage that might make you feel like actual death. They went viral on the biggest stage.
Viral.
If there was ever a way to prove your startup a success, it would be to showcase that startup on the global stage. And Liquid Death did it in the same way that got them famous in the first place, with a viral ad. They also did it on one of the most watched platforms with a Super Bowl commercial. The 30-second spot aired during Super Bowl 56 and stuck to its theme by having Los Angeles punk rock musician Fat Mike play the background music. The kicker was, of course, an unorthodox and controversial twist that played into their Tallboy can often being mistaken for energy drinks or alcohol.
Bet you didn't know.
The ad featured grade school kids and a pregnant mom knocking back cans of Liquid Death in a party atmosphere, but calmed everyone down with a big finish by using the tagline, "Don't be scared, it's just water." If controversy creates cash, Liquid Death will be doing it for a long time. Thirsty for more? Just tap or click for more great videos. And hit that subscribe button, then ring that bell to join our notification squad.